Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, it is Soulfax here, and you're watching me attempt to cast Starcraft 2. Now we have another match here on the Ohana map, my personal favorite map by far, because it's a nice, really nice map. You can defend easily your main tree base, your first, your natural, and your third here. With this little clock here, you can put down cannons, bunkers, or spine crawlers here to defend it very successfully. Let's start by introducing our players. Playing in the right-hand side corner of this map, representing the race Zerg, playing in the ever so stylish red, it is Hordeon. Thank you for sending me this replay. And yeah, I'm gonna cast it. I decided to cast it because even though I'm behind, I can't play Starcraft at this point in time. My head is just not right. I need to get just a little bit better before I start playing on the ladder again. And at the top of the map, playing Protoss, excuse me, it is SKpote. SKpote. I really don't know how to pronounce your name, person. I'm really sorry about this, but SKpote is as close as I can do it because there is a little sign between S and the K and it's so confusing. And SKpote is as best as I can do, and because Skpoot is very difficult to say, I'm gonna call you Kpoot, or even Poot. Yeah, you're gonna be Poot. I'm sorry, you're just gonna be Poot. Now, what do we have here? We don't have any early spawning pool here for our Zerg player. There's not gonna be any Zerg rushes. Zergling rushes with like a 6 spawning pool. So yeah, that's about it. The spawning pool going down at 14 here for him, and his opponent has scouted it, or has he? Let's see. Maybe he has. Yes, he has scouted the spawning pool timing down, so he goes to natural 2. Prevent it from going down to the lead as long as he can. That is a good technique, but there's 2 probes down. I think that's a little bit of over exaggeration here, overreaction here, because he could have planted it down while that probe, like now, yes, and now he plants down. Now that did delay the expansion by a few seconds. In the meantime, he taken up his first expansion, so he's going Nexus first on Ohana. That's not such a bad idea because Ohana is a big map here, and it takes some time for the units to get from one side to the other. As you can see, it took 3 minutes for the Overlord to get from one side to the other. He will spot that forge going down, so Nexus first, followed up by a forge and another pylon. I thought that was a gateway, so that's not a gateway. Now in the meantime, a Zerg player is doing absolutely nothing. He's droning up just a little bit, making 4 Zerglings just to be sure to protect himself from any attack. First Queen going down for him, so those Lava Injects will come and play very shortly. Now this wall off, I think, is almost gonna be complete. It's gonna be tried to be completed by this one probe here, try to prevent those Zerglings from getting into his opponent's base. And yeah, that's about it, what's going on. I really don't like this position in games nowadays, that if there's no one base, all ends, proxy barracks or something along those lines, there's nothing happening in the game in the first 5 minutes. And because I'm not such a great Starcraft player and I don't know all the metagame and all the build orders, I cannot predict what is going to happen exactly with certain buildings going down so early. But I can say that there's not going to be any early aggression. There's just a few links trying to poke in here. They will be able to cancel this pylon if the probes don't try and catch in. Though this cannon goes down, excuse me, that was a cannon, I mispronounced there, and a gateway right next to it. He will probably start warping in Zealot as soon as he gets 100 minerals, as soon as he gets those probes back to work here, as well as our Zerg player is taking his third base, so he's gonna go for a big macro style here because he doesn't give a crap, because he saw that his opponent has only 1 gateway down, no zealots out on the field, and no zealots being produced at the moment. So yeah, it's really strange. It's really strange, I gotta say. Are there no zealots? Yeah, there are no zealots. There's only 27 probes for our Protoss player here. Yeah, I'm just gonna call you Protoss player because Skpote is... My god, why did you choose that name? And I really like this Overlord spread by Hordeon here. He has 1 over there, so he can see when his opponents take up his gas, and that's the only thing he can see, but that's the only thing that is actually important. As well as he's probably gonna put 1 up here, probably gonna wanna do that, but actually he doesn't have to do that. Because yeah, it's normal for Protoss to take such early gases here on the natural, and really great Overlord spread here. Look at this, a lot of Overlords and just a few Zerglings around here to have complete control over the map. So he doesn't have the complete control of the map, he has vision of the map, which is almost the same thing. Cybernetic score has gone down, so he will be making those warp gates soon. A few sentries going, a few sentries, I don't know how to pronounce this correctly, and a robotics facility going down his base, so I expect some early what will be good for this map actually. Colossi are good for this map, but he doesn't have the gas yet to make like few Colossi, and for Colossi you need a lot of stalkers or zealots to provide the damage suction, what did I want to say with that? I don't know, but he's probably gonna go for Immortals because Immortals are Ordle all the rage now, but he's gonna naturally make an observer here to see what his opponent is doing because he has no vision of this 2 base here. As you can see, he doesn't know about the 3rd base, but he can suspect it, and as you can see, the pathing is being sent down. In the meantime, Zerg is going for a metabolic boost as well as double evolution chamber here, and he's gotten gases on the main and only 1 on the natural here, so he's not gassing up a lot, but he's droning up really well, as he's also going for lair here, so he's probably gonna go for some roaches soon here. I don't know, we will see. Now, what else is really to say? There's no action going on here. There's this brave zealot here trying to take down this pile of rocks. He's having really issues. Look at him sweating like a pig here, trying to bring that clump of rocks here, but he gets some help from those very low DPS sentries here, and even more sentries, and even a probe. Yeah, that's all I can say because there's nothing happening on in the game except 1-1 going for the Zeren and Zeren? What is that? That is Zeren and Zerg and Terran. Zeren. 1-1 going for the Zerg as well as metabolic boost, so that speed should be down very soon. And Roach War, like I said, Roach War is going down. Roaches are awesome, and Immortals, I also predicted that. And Twilight Council. Where's the Twilight Council going down exactly? Let's see. Has it been spotted? No, Twilight Council, Zealot and Stalker. So finally a few Stalkers in the field. They're a little bit late here because, well, Stalkers are very useful for now. He has just little force here. 3 Stalkers getting warped in, so he will be able to defend against any type of aggression. But so we see there's a nice force of lanes here. They're moving out, and that block off, that wall off isn't in place here, but that's a lot of I almost said Marines, a lot of Immortals and a few sentries here. They will be able to protect it with a few good force fields, and now those Zerglings get in, they try to go for the Nexus right away, but that's a wrong idea, that's the wrong thing to do, and now the force fields go down. Great force fields isolating those Zerglings, trying to pick them off one by one. So Zerglings are trapped here. Look at this, that is great defense for us. SKpote, and I forgot to put this up, excuse me, SKpote has done a great defensive maneuver here, protecting that Nexus going down, and a few more links trying to poke in here, but that's gonna be a futile attempt because those Immortals are great against Zerglings here, and I think the Hordeon should actually stop with the harassment at the moment. He's going for pathogen glands here, so we will see some infestors in play. Is there an infestor pit down? It has been done, as well as roach speed going down. 1-1 is done, and 2-2 is on the way, and we see another big clump of units here in the middle. He will try to poke at this 3rd base again, but I think that he should actually poke at the natural here because the cannon here is almost destroyed for some reason. I probably missed a little encounter here. I may have not. Well, I actually did miss an encounter here. Yeah, I definitely did. So Zerg at the moment is upgrading heavily, so he might have the upgrade advantage for now because he has 1-1, 2-2 on the way, while his Protoss opponents only has 1 attack here, trying to break through this little force field here. What am I saying? Through this cannon here, but more units getting warped in. A force field down, it's not gonna get in. Excuse me, Hordeon, but you're not getting in that base. Now, for now, our Protoss player is defending extremely well and building only, and I really do mean only, Immortals. And Immortals are great against roaches here, but there's not a lot of roaches in the field at the moment. There's none in production. 2 infestors now in production, as well as another hatchery. So going for a 4th base here is Hordeon. So he's gonna try to play the macro game, the long macro game, because at the moment Hordeon has effectively contained his opponent at his 3rd base, so he can take a 4th base, and this would be actually a good time to take a 4th base because this 3rd base is fully saturated here, as we can see. Nice amount of drones here. Wait, what did I just select? Nice amount of drones here. What is going on with my frame rate? And another big clash here in the middle, trying to break into that base. I think he will be unsuccessful, trying to take down a pylon. Oh, okay, I need to breathe. I need to breathe because I will lose my voice if I don't breathe. And now I think the Hordeon is not gonna attack here because that's a lot of units here. That's a lot of Immortals, 5 Immortals here with O2, so they will be able to do a lot of damage, and those Stalkers here in the front will take up the damage, and there's even a small way here to funnel the Zerglings that might be attacking him. So I think that SKpote is really well defending now at this point in time, but as I said, Hordeon is preventing him from expanding to his fourth base while he has his own fourth base fully saturated, and Spire going down for him. Finally Spire going down for him, so we might see some Mutalisks, but from what I see, Lair is also going down, and I don't think those will be Mutalisks. Actually, I think those will be Broodlords, and I hate Broodlords. Broodlords are OP. I know I'm chanting the thing that everybody's saying these days. Broodlords and Infestors are OP because they are OP. But in the meantime, we saw Twilight Council going down, and one how do you call him? Dark Templar getting warped out, so he might try to do something. I mean, SKpote might try to take off a few workers, pick off a few workers here and there. We see him splitting up his units, trying to probably secure this fourth base here, but the problem with this fourth base is there are 2 entrances in it, and there's a little bush here. If you're playing against Zerg, if he plants a few banelings around here, unfortunately, our Zerg player doesn't have a Baneling nest up and running, so no Banelings for him. He's gonna go for that Infestor Link composition here until the Zerglings, I mean the Broodlords come out, excuse me, and he's going for 3-3 here, so he's got Zerg melee attacks covered really well, while his opponent is going for Warp Reason, so we can maybe see some Warp Reason harassment here. Poor little Ling. Ah, poor little Ling, really poor little Ling, and not that actually... That Link was very useful. He noticed this army here, this big army here, so he can suspect Hordeon, that is, that his opponent is taking a fourth base, and he thinks that this might be a good time for oppression. And now, oh, poor Dark Templar, he didn't do anything, absolutely anything. And now Hordeon is rushing up this ramp here, trying to get in here, trying to pick up a few rolls. But next is not done, there are no probes here. Now the Stalkers move in, trying to do a lot of damage here. A nice blink here, exposing those Immortals. Those Immortals do a lot of damage. Force field is going down, and now he's totally blocked off Hordeon. Oh my god, so much damage from those Immortals. Look at those creepers, Zerglings trapped in here, and I think that SKpote will be able to clean this up with no problem. Those Infestors have absolutely no energy, lobbing out a few Infestor Terrans, few Roaches surviving here, but they back off. I think SKpote hasn't lost any sort of units here. Oh, wrong button. Yeah, he lost only 14 units. Look at this, only 14 units in the whole game. Great defensive maneuvers from SKpote. Obviously, he's a great player. I forgot to mention this is a mid-masters game. Excuse me. Oh my god, punish me. I'm so stupid. Yeah, this is a mid-masters game, so you can see that both of these players have great macro and micro. But I think a Hordeon has just a little bit of better micro than our Hordeon player here. But well, he has Immortals, and Immortals are OP. Now we see Zerg Flyer attacks +1 going down. So I might be wrong with my predictions. There might be some Mutalisks coming in play. Now, as well as we see the shield upgrade, which is very nice for him, very great against against those Lings, because those Lings do a lot of damage when there's a lot of them. Yeah, I told you the secret of the universe. As well as we see a Mothership being warped in and Storm, so we're gonna see High Templars here. I love High Templars, even though I don't play Protoss. I really love them because they're so great. And wow, my frame rate is so low here. In the meantime, Zerg player is doing nothing but stacking up his army. He's actually not producing all that much units, producing just a few Infestors here and there, but he's probably saving up resources to go in those Broodlords. We can see Broodlords are available at this moment, but there's now Corruptors are being morphed in. Are those morphed in? Is that the right... This is the right expression here. We see a large army here in the middle, actually. That's a really large army for him. He has got 66 Lings in that composition, as well as 7 Roaches and 10 Infestors. But there's even more units here for our Protoss player. Oh my god, concentrate. This Immortal has 7 kills. This Immortal has 17 kills. He's a master Immortal. That Immortal was really great. And we see a few links up here to see where that 5th base, when that 5th base will be planted down. Probably not anytime soon. And now we see the Broodlords. Yes, I love the Broodlords. Broodlords are, even though they're so god-awfully OP, in combination with Infestors, they're still a great unit, and I love seeing them play. Now in the meantime we see a carrier going down for SKpote. That might be great, and those zealots getting a few free shots off those infestors here, but they're gonna get surrounded and completely taken out. Broodlord's going into play. This is really small army for Hordeon here. He's trying to poke in this fourth base. He will send a few links into the deaths to see what is the magnitude of his opponent's army. He's gonna probably try and go for the natural or the main here, because at the moment I don't think that SKpote has any sort of information on his opponents. But there's the mothership cloaking all of his units. Infestor Terrans going down here. One infestor is not gonna get taken out. Those infestor Terran eggs also get taken out, but we see a Broodlords on the field. How many of them are there? 10 Broodlords on the field. A few Stalkers try to take down a few infestors here. They take down one infestor. Nice play here by SKpote. Charging his opponents, trying to destroy him, but that's a lot of links circling those Stalkers here. Poor Stalkers gets destroyed very easily, and this one Dark Templar is going on town on those Infestor Terrans, but doesn't matter. Infestors are not so expensive and not so useful at this point in time. And Hordeon is going for his 5th base here. I forgot to place this in. Yes, this. More Corruptors going down, so more Broodlords, but I think that at the moment they're pretty tied, because this army composition will be difficult to break. If he just threw a few colossi in that, that will be great to deal with those Zerglings, because there's a lot of Zerglings here at the moment. I mean, not so much, but there's a lot of them. Let's see how many exactly. There's 55 Zerglings here, and now the armies are moving out. If they clash here, those infestors are out of position. They need to fall back immediately if they're gonna take taken out. Those Bloodlords, 2 of them will get taken out. And now the infestors throwing out some infestors here, not gonna do a lot because they're gonna get denied by those Stalkers very easily here. They just need to move out just a little bit, and I don't think that those infestors can even see the Stalkers. They're trying to aim at the mothership here, and I think that SKpote is in the advantage now, because he has this enormous death ball here with 2, 1, 3, so all of the upgrades that he can wish here at this point of time. And our Zerg player doesn't have a lot of infestors. He has a lot of Broodlords here. As you can see, he has, I think, 8 Broodlords at this point in time, but he doesn't have a lot of infestors. Those infestors that he had don't have a lot of energy. And we see SKpote trying to move in, trying to clear some creep here. And now big storm on this Broodlords, trying to take them out because they're out of position. He could take him out. One infestor sacrifices himself, and another storm going down here. I don't think that was a very useful storm. Hordeon is moving back until he can make more units. Why does this keep happening? Now I think both players are maxed out, almost maxed out here. Hordeon is in a bad position now. He has the economy to bounce back if he loses this army. He has a lot of units, a lot of minerals in store, but now they clash just a little bit. SKpote is slowly wearing down this army. Hordeon destroying unit after unit after unit. Hordeon just moving back, not willing to engage this point in time, probably waiting for that Zerg Flyer to attack, to finish, so he can engage. But that mothership is doing a lot of damage to his opponent. That mothership is doing a very good service to his opponent. And now Vortex going down. I think that was a misclick because he actually sucked in 2 of his units here. What was he thinking? And now Hordeon moves in. He'll try to circle this, and storms go down. Those Broodlings will come and play. They will be able to do a lot of damage, but there's nothing to take out that mothership over here. And the army of SKpote has been taken out for his own mistake. Oh my god, look at this. This is an amazing game. SKpote has done a crucial error here, but there's nothing to take down that carrier. That carrier is not even attacking at this point in time. Those infestors immortals get surrounded. They get destroyed very, very easily. That carrier will get taken out by those corruptors here. And now SKpote is building as many units as he can, warping in as many stalkers as he can to defend, to try to survive, because he made a vital error here. He probably tried to do something along the line to toilet flush his own units and then put them back up and try to counterattack, but he didn't succeed because we can see the devastating power of Broodling Infestor Terran mix at this point of time. But that's still a lot of units given to Iron Currents. Doesn't matter. And another big engagement going down those leagues, try to do some damage. Broodlings doing a lot of damage here. Roaches on the front lines. Those are Infestor Terrans. Unfortunately, the Infestors don't have any energy to do anything at this point in time, and I think that SKpote is going to be able to take this out. He has surrounded his opponent. Those Archons doing a lot of damage. I forgot how they're called, because a lot of them, but they will be taken out by Broodlings. And now again, SKpote has been shoved back into his army, and now Hordeon can do whatever he likes because he's making more Fetters and more Broodlords, and Broodlords, as we can see, are totally OP. I mean, what can SKpote do at this point in time? He doesn't have the resources to actually rebuild his army, as had the steady economy to go for another few rounds with his opponents. Those Broodlords are just wrecking terror. They have 0-2, and those Broodlings are so deadly. They have 3-3. Oh my god, this is such a great match, and it's still going on. SKpote is trying very hard not to lose, keep morphing in as much as unit as he can. Imba, easy. Well, yeah, I'm sorry, and no GG win, but still, great game, Hordeon, great game, SKpote, great game, both of these players. I had a real blast casting this. My throat hurts again. This is really the precautions of casting, the consequences of casting like I do, where I shout a lot. And oh, few carriers going out just a little bit too late, I must say, just a little bit too late. And even more Broodlings morphing in. I mean, this was just brutal by Hordeon, brutal. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this cast. Until next time, guys, keep it steady and carry on.